What do you mean by chance when you see this? You know, the foundation of the concept of chance is this term called equally likely, right? When you throw a dice, one come out. Modern men will say, number 2 is equally likely able to come out. So that equally likely, dia pun boleh keluar juga. And the chance is the same, 1-6, 1-6, 1-6, 1-6, 1-6. The chance of 1 coming out is 1-6. The chance of 2 coming out is 1-6. 6 coming out also 1-6, semua 1-6. This is false. The chance of only one of them coming out is 1. And the others, total 0. Total 0. Start. But people did make experiment, you know. When you throw a dice for 100 times, for example, nearly 1/6 of a time, 1 will come out. And 1/6 of a time, 2 will come out. 1/6 of a time, 3 will come out, 4 come out, 5 will come out. When you throw 100 times. This is what we say as frequency. This is not chance. So in the long run, probability has benefit. Don't go to school and say, teacher, don't stop teaching me probability. I'm not talking about that. In the long run, probability has benefits. But we are talking about a single event. There is no point in predicting a single event with probability. It has no benefit. It has no benefit. So what did happen is the only thing that could have happened. It cannot happen otherwise. When you throw a dice, 1 comes out. It did happen, and that is the only thing that must happen. That is all. We do not say, oh, others are equally likely to come out. That statement, equally likely, has no meaning. Has no scientific reality. Has no bearing in reason. When you throw the dice, bila you campak dadu dia, you campak. No one can actually control the force to its minute details. You can actually control lah, but if you can control the movement of your hand, you cannot control how it will fall. How it will fall on the floor. Imagine if the surface is a ceramic. Imagine if dia jatuh kat tip. It's totally unpredictable. You do not know. You cannot actually measure. Okay, I will throw, make sure now 4 is on top. I will throw with the angle of so on and so forth, velocity, speed. It will fall exactly at this tip. Can anybody do that? It is outside of human capability. So when it is outside of human capability, we use the word chance. That is the cowardice of man. That is the hypocrisy of man. The moment we cannot determine the result, we say it's by chance. It is not by chance, my brother. If you can construct a robot, a highly intricate robot, to its minutest detail, you construct the robot, you construct the dice, and you construct the floor. You control the speed, you control the angle, everything. Can you actually determine the result? Of course you can. Because you have removed ignorance. You can predict every single step. So what is chance? Seriously, what is chance? What is by chance? They refuse to acknowledge this. The whole creation has no defect at all. They refuse to acknowledge it. So they say it's chance. Let me give a simple example. You know, how many times the scientists say that this organ has no benefit, that organ has no benefit? How many times do you hear? They call it the vestigial organ. Organs that are residues of our ancestors. They say the appendix has no benefit. They say the wisdom tooth has no benefit. They say the male nipple has no benefit. Right? You ada susu kan siapa nak nipple buat apa? Kan? They say this. What is the purpose of man's nipple? So they say all these things are vestigial organs, has no benefit. So Dawkins say these are flaws in creation, flaws in design. How dare he speak like this? You see the difference? See, these are flaws. Don't think that this so-called creator is perfect. If there is, there's so many wrongs in his design, he said. How dare they speak like that? Everything that they do not understand, they will say the flaw lies in nature, not in them. This is the problem. Every time they do not understand, they will say there's no benefit. But how many times have they been slapped back by reality? Recently, scientists discovered the benefit of appendix, right? It is to store good bacteria. At the very core of much recent biological deception, this is what Shaykh Qadir wrote, has been the language of chance in trying to provide an alibi for a theory that is bent on denying what lies in front of it, which is a complete universe. What lies in front of us is a complete universe, perfect in every way, with nothing lacking, nothing that is except in the defective eye of the observer, who looks and does not see, because he fails to understand that far from being the observer, in truth he is the one being observed. Far from being the observer, he is the one being observed. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. What is ihsan? Is that you worship Allah as if you see Allah. If you know that you cannot see Allah, you do not see Allah, knows that Allah sees you. What is more important is that we are being observed. But modern man thinks we are the observer. We are the one observing everything. We're observing nature, observing sociology, human society, observing animals. We think that we are not being observed. The reality is that to be a good scientist, you have to first realize that you are the one being observed. And you have to observe yourself first before you observe the whole creation. Because when people do not observe themselves, they will create tons and tons of fallacies. You have to question your own thoughts first. Metacognitive, they say. Think about your own thinking. Why do you think in that manner? And think why you think that way. Okay, so Shaykh Qadir said, if you open your eyes, you will realize that there's nothing that is defective in the creation. What is defective is the human observer. We are the ones defective. I've given an example of appendix, wisdom tooth. It's not Allah. Allah didn't do things, abasa, Allah says, without meaning, without purpose. He does everything. It is just you who do not understand it. Okay? Allah says in Surah Al-Imran, verse 190 to 191, verily in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of night and day, there are indeed signs for men of understanding. Those who remember Allah, standing, sitting, and lying down on their sides, and think deeply about the creation of the heavens and the earth, saying, O Lord, you have not created all this without purpose. See, you have not created all these things meaninglessly. You have not created all these things by chance, out of random, with a dice. Glory be to you, Subhanak. Give us salvation from the torment of hellfire. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Another verse in Surah number 38, verse 27. And we created not the heaven and the earth and all that is between them without purpose. That is the consideration of those who disbelieve. Nampak? Allah say this. Only those who disbelieve will say that all these things has no purpose, by chance, random, out of nowhere. Then woe to those who disbelieve from the fire. Woe to them. Allah is saying, woe to you because you do not think properly. Allah used the word abas and batil. The word abas and batil both mean meaningless, purposeless, functionless. Nothing in the creation of Allah is meaningless and purposeless. Nothing. If we have not discovered it, say we have not discovered it. Don't say it has no meaning.